Hi, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to talk about Pluto in the 11th house. I will give a little bit introduction about the 11th house first, like what it means in what area it represents in your life and in your birth chart. Then we'll talk about Pluto, what it represents and what it means having Pluto in your 11th house and how it manifests in your life, how it affects your life as a whole. And as always, a little bit disclaimer, based on your house rulers, planet positions, the scenarios I will talk about in this video might play out differently in your life. So if you want to have more personalized, detailed reading of your birth chart, definitely reach out to me. I will leave information or link down below that helps you to learn how to reach out and do the reading with me. And yeah, let's get into it. So Pluto in 11th. 11th house in your birth chart represents the area of your life. Basically, it's your social life. It's your friends, your family, the society as a whole, the groups that you belong to. And like for me, like I'm Scorpio sun, like I'll always want to dig deep things. So I'm not satisfied with the answer like, yeah, 11 house is just house of groups. Um, so the reason it's house of groups is like, if you look at the whole 12 house system, the first to sixth house is your more personal identity and how you perceive yourself, what do you value, like basically your personality or individuality development from first to sixth. And then from the sixth, the seventh house to 12, it's your how do you integrate that personality or individuality into society, because you do not exist just by yourself. You are part of something big, or you are part of the whole. Like the entire society is made of every single individual. So you are that individual, and 11th house represents that, how you play out that uniqueness and individuality in the whole, like the societal construction. Like how do you interact with your friends, how do you interact with your coworkers, how do you interact in a certain group or culture. So the 11th house represents that area of your life, and Pluto represents our, like, the subconscious attachments or desires. Pluto is the furthest planet from the solar system, so it's like almost unseen or unheard, but it's the most powerful planet that affects your birth chart. That's why I started the whole video with the Pluto, because basically once Pluto sets the intention for your soul, what to work on, like everything else on your chart conspire together to support this Pluto position to play out. So having your Pluto in the 11th house, your soul set an intention or has a desire to shed your skin from the past, or basically like let go of your past beliefs, or like the construction of the society, uh, the belief system that you took on, or customs, norms that you took on. So it wants to just get rid of that old skin, and you want to be born as a new individual, explore your own individuality in that social context. So if you look at the 10th house, we call it house of career because it's really like your social status, um, how you like strive to get to the top and become that source of power or powerful person. In that case, like you work with the system, excuse me, you work with the system, you work with the rules, you follow the whatever the past society tells you, like, oh, if you want to be a doctor, study this many years, or if you want to be in a government, you have to do this. Like you follow the rules and then you get to the top and you become that powerful person. But in the 11th house, because you already learned that lesson, now what your soul wants is break through those rules and laws and limitation. So you guys are born with sense of being different. Like all I can say is like the entire like 11th house, or let's say Aquarius, and the planet ruler is Uranus, also like co-ruled by Saturn, because in order to you guys want to live that Uranus traits or characters or archetype, you need that Saturn discipline to make it happen, or like make it into reality, or it's just gonna be like idea or fantasy and never comes true. So that's why it's co-ruled by Saturn. So all I can say about like Uranus and Aquarius is like being different, breakthrough limitations, and being on the fridge, on the like the edge of the society, because you are very forward thinking, you are very innovative, and you guys also very intelligent. The famous person I can think of for this placement is Albert Einstein. Maybe not everyone's talent is like, oh, scientific smart, but you guys are smart in your own way, that you possess this potential power of reforming the entire society, reforming a certain structure that's outdated in a society. So you come in with this innate sense of being different, being unique, having your own like very like different ideas about things. So this automatically puts you in a position like it's hard for you to fit in. You might be rejected by others easily. Everyone do things this way, and then but you might want to do it your own way, and then everyone looks at you like some weirdo or like freak or whatever, and then like they try to exclude you from their group. Maybe you're a kid, like other kids don't want to play with you, or you're in school, maybe you don't feel belong to any of the like subgroups, or even like a mainstream society, you may not feel like you cannot identify, or you cannot find a sense of belonging because your ideas are so innovative and different, and those groups or culture like feels threatened by your ideas, because mainstream ideas are like gives us sense of security. When you challenge them the way they think, and you challenge them the way they do things, like, hey, there's a better way of do it, or there's an innovative way of doing things, or a different way of doing things, like why don't you try it, you forget that it's challenging their sense of security. So they want to hold on to their security, so they're going to reject you. So it's not personal, it's just understand that their sense of security is challenged by you, so they push you away. So a lot of you guys might be a loner, a lone wolf, or you might find it hard to find a group you belong to, or you might have very few friends that understand you like soul level. And like some of you, like it plays out different. Some of you might resist your nature of being different and innovative. You might resist that to fit in, because we all have peer pressure, we all want to fit in, we all want to feel belong, because it gives us sense of security. So some of you, like if based on like the planet positions, if it's not supported very well, you can really fall back to your past, where you just adopt the mainstream ideas, mainstream rules. So you suppress your individuality, or you suppress your difference, try to fit in a group. but you still, like, some part of you still feels lonely, even you're in a group, you fit in, everyone accepts you, but you still feel alone because you rejected that part of you. And the second portion of you guys might go to the opposite, the other side of the pendulum. You might be so rebellious that you go against every mainstream ideas and rules, and you just have this hatred, or you just don't like them and you separate yourself from them. Like, I don't like the way you guys do things, I don't like guys you think, so I'm just gonna stay away from you. So you might just isolate yourself, cut all the cords from society. You might become like anti-social, or like there's certain groups, like, what do you call it, like hippies, or like any groups that doesn't identify with the mainstream, and you create your own subgroup or subculture. And it might play out that extreme level, and which is not healthy either, because you're just thinking from your point of view, your perspective, and you're not understanding why the mainstream is the way it is, or why most people follow the mainstream rules or the way they are, because you're not putting yourself in their shoes. You're just hating them that they don't understand you, they don't understand your difference, they don't understand your talent. But the thing is, not everyone has Pluto in the 11th house. They're not as smart as you, they're not as creative, innovative as you. So you need to have some passion and understanding from their perspective of the world, and you got to understand that you are challenging their sense of identity and security, so they are afraid. So it's not personal that you're pushed out. So either way, going to the extreme of totally identify with a group and reject your difference, or totally become this anti-social and rebellion that hates everything that mainstream does, like, none of them are healthy, but it can play out. So you can, as you mature, you might come to the middle and find balance, how you can integrate your difference and your innovativeness into a mainstream in a like peaceful way. Like, you're not starting a fight, or you're not starting, like destructive behavior. You're doing it peacefully, because you guys can be the future leaders. You can literally transform the entire society, or how certain, like, even like a race or culture, even a whole nation operates. You guys might change the entire thing. It's like, let's look at like Elon Musk, like he wants to go to Mars, and for us, like, oh, that's very on the edge idea, like, but he wants to do it and he goes for it. Now everybody supports it, but when he started, probably didn't have a lot of supporters, and they might think he's crazy. So like, use him as example. If you guys do it peacefully, if you guys use the quality of Saturn is all about discipline, self-determination. If you use that, you can make all your, like innovative ideas become a reality in a society. Let's say you guys speak, advocate about, let's say, like, I recently became vegan, so you might be advocate about like against animal abuse, or you can be advocate about like living organic lifestyle, anti-processed food or whatever. Or it could be about having like robots serve us in the future, so like we can be free from labor. or it could be like a marriage doesn't serve our evolution anymore, like we should be more like open or more move towards the like polyamory. Like you can have very forward thinking because you're not limited by time and space in the 3D dimension. So if you can use that Saturn quality to make those, you know, very innovative, forward thinking ideas into reality, you guys will totally transform, reform the society we live in. Maybe whoever invented the electricity or the wheels transformed the entire human history. So you guys definitely have that potential if you can use it, integrate it with society the healthy way, not the like the destructive or like hating way. So the best way is like to experience or actualize this placement is combining this Uranus breaking out a limitation with the Saturn quality like discipline, so you can turn those fantasies or forward thinking ideas into reality because you are working with the system or law already in place. You're not trying to like fight against them, you're working with them and you're slowly changing it because you're not alone. There's like millions of souls that incarnated with displacement, so you always have allies. You might even create your own subgroup, um, create a movement, and you will always have followers. You always have someone that believes in you and don't think that you're crazy. So definitely embrace your difference and use your power, your Pluto power for good, because Pluto can give you tremendous power. You can use it for like destructive behavior. Like if you're close-minded, you can use it, you know, let's say I'm more like I'm more scientific minded and then I hate religious people and I want to destroy them, or I'm religious and I want to convert everybody to religion. Like you do not try to like force others to convert to your way of seeing the world, so you make it more peaceful. Like you just preach your ideas, whoever is open to or accepts it. Not like if someone is not into what you're saying, you don't have to like force it or hate them or eliminate them. So that's more like negative expression. Yeah, use your power for good. um, if this resonates, let me know. I can do personal reading and I will talk to you guys on the next video.